Hey guys, it's Laree. No fancy intros today. As a matter of fact, I did not anticipate making a video about masks, face masks, but it's been going around on the gram, around on YouTube, and I even experienced it today that we are running out of elastic, and some are not even able to find the elastic online. So guys, you know, if there's a problem, I like to tackle it and share info. So this is what I did today when I realized I was out or nearly out of 1/8, 1/4, 1/2, and 3/8 inch elastic. Like seriously, almost all of it. So I'm going to show you the end result here. This is a way that you can take your elastic and stretch it. It's going to involve some knit fabric, some 4-way stretch knit fabric. Make sure it's a 4-way stretch, or that of knit fabric that has a lot of stretch to it. The more the better. And you're going to take a small piece of elastic and you're going to attach it to that knit to just extend that elastic. So this is what this one looks like. My ears are popping out. Okay, that's what this one looks like. Okay, and it still pulls it pretty tight. Guys, this is one of my sample masks. It wasn't perfect. You can see it's not perfect, but it still pulls the mask pretty tight to the face, and this high stretch knit is doing the job at extending this elastic. Okay, so that is one way that you can extend your elastic. I'm going to show you another way, so let's go ahead and go to the sewing machine and I will show you how I did this. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I did actually was I changed my needle, and I went ahead and put a ballpoint needle on the sewing machine. Now I know you're sewing as fast as you can. You want to make as many masks as you can. You're not trying to make it perfect and everything. But in this case, if you need to extend your elastic and you're using knit, now is not the time to cut the corners. Please, by all means, use a knit needle. Also, we're going to put this on a zigzag stitch. A couple of things that you don't want to have skip stitches as you are trying to do this. That's frustrating. And then the person that receives your mask and receives this extended elastic strap, last thing they want to hear are the sounds of popping stitches as they are pulling and tugging this thing over their ears or over their head. So we're going to use a knit stitch or a knit needle, and we're going to use a zigzag stitch. So here I have my piece of fabric that I cut. It's about 1 inch, a little over 1 inch, and this is the right side. It's representing the right side of the fabric. I'm going to take my elastic, my little piece of elastic here, and I'm going to sandwich it in between. And it can even pop out a little bit at the top, that's okay. And then I'm going to match up the ends of this piece. Okay, now I'm going to put it under and I'm going to zigzag, starting across where this elastic is popping out there. Okay, I'm going to start by zigzagging across. Make sure you really get that fold as well, and you'll see why in just a minute. Here I go. Back it up a little bit. If you see that your fabric is kind of just being pushed by the presser foot, take that thread on the back and give it a good tug. And it should come. Alright, so once you've gotten past the elastic, go ahead and pivot. Leave your needle down inside of your fabric, pivot, and start to make your way down pretty close to that elastic piece. You're going to have extra fabric to trim away as well. Okay, we want this knit fabric and this elastic to kind of flow seamlessly as possible. Okay, so I'm sewing pretty close to that elastic without sewing the elastic itself. Okay, I'm making sure I'm not sewing the elastic. Now at this point, if you've seen my scrunchie video, you could even start to turn this. Pull that elastic and start to turn this piece. You can do it now or you can do it later. It's up to you. Okay. And I'll stop about there. Okay, now from here, you can trim this up. I realize I could have even done a smaller zigzag. That's okay. Now, start to turn this fabric over that elastic and then start to pull the elastic through. Kind of make a tunnel for it. So yeah, this is a bit time consuming, you know, but if you really can't get elastic and you really have masks that you want to get done, this is an option. And it can be cute. It can be like stylish, especially if you're making a kid's mask. Got all of my windows open. You hear all of my blinds. Okay, here we go. Starting to get some traction. There it is. So you can start to work with it. You can take this over to the ironing board. You can steam it, roll it a little bit, and begin to turn this into a strap. Okay, so this is one way to extend your elastic. And so of course, if you're, you know, really trying to conserve it, you use just a little bit of the elastic and the rest of the strap is the knit material. Okay, so that is one way right there. So this works for me because I do have a lot of knit. I am not a quilter, so I don't have a lot of quilting fabric, but I do have these fat quarters that I've been using for my mask. So if you have this, another way to extend your elastic is to, I started by taking this piece, which is about 1 inch, and I folded it, I pressed it in half. What you want to do basically is make like a bias type of fold out of this. I have a video as well about making bias tape. It's not cut on the bias, but you'll do the same steps as making bias tape. So this is that pressed crease edge right there. And I'm going to put my elastic on one side and then I'm going to fold it in. Let's see. Put my elastic on one side and fold the other edge in toward that middle crease and sandwich it all up. See that? So you've just sandwiched in this, this elastic. You can finger press this or you can take it to the sewing machine and press it all nice, but you can see how the edges are starting to turn in toward that crease that you made, and that's what we're going to continue to do all the way down. And now I am going to give it a straight stitch. And yes, I do realize that there's raw fabric edges there. I'm going to take care of that in just a minute. In just a minute. So we're still trying to be quick and efficient, you know, we're not trying to be perfectionists at this point. So I'm going to put this right along the edge to close this up, get going a little bit. All right, and as I go, I'm just going to fold those edges in towards that center crease, just like that. Fold those edges in, Look at that. Let's see. Okay. Now, if you were making the type of strap that didn't go around the ears, but that went across the head, around the back of the head, this could be a really cute way to extend your elastic. So while this non-stretch piece would fall across the back of the head, your elastic pieces would come around your mask, like around your face. Okay, so I acknowledge that we have raw edges right here. Let's go back to our zigzag stitch, like our satin stitch. Yes, I have on a satin stitch. And just go over that. Okay, there it is, and now it's not coming out at all. Okay, so it's super noticeable right now because I have a contrasting fabric, but if you had, or a contrasting thread, if you had a matching thread, this could really work to extend your elastic. So if you're waiting for your elastic to come online, here is something super cute that you can do to extend your elastic. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Some other things that you could do if you don't have elastic, you can use hair ties. These are elastine, basically. These headbands, and they come in, you know, the skinny width and this width as well. Just make sure they're new, make sure they're clean. Here are some others that I finished as well with the knit fabric in between. So guys, I am going to leave information for elastic and information for these hair ties in the description below with a link. Guys, this is an affiliate link, so if you choose to purchase through that link, then I will get a small commission from it. But if you're out and you haven't ordered any yet, I'm gonna leave some information down below so that you can get what you need, okay? Hey guys, that's it. I hope that helps while you're waiting on your elastic to come in or just making do with what you have. Guys, we have an amazing, awesome community. We really do, that can rally and just pull together and pull our skills together to be able to do this. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for checking out another video, and we are off of our regularly scheduled program, you know, but that's all right. You know, we're pulling together to do what we can to help in times like these. Guys, be safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.